I'm making my first crochet tutorial, and for this I would like to show you how to make a soap sack using marshmallow stitch and a drawstring. So we're going to start out with single crochet in 3 rows using 12 stitches across, and that's going to give us our multiples of 3 to use marshmallow stitch all the way up the side. We're going to have about 10 rows of marshmallow stitch up to the top, and then we're going to do a variation for the 11th row approximately, which is going to be 2 double crochets with a chain, 2 double crochets with a chain. So I'm just taking out the single crochet at the last row, which gives a nice little space for the cord that you can use to turn it into a authentic soap sack. It's long enough to wash my back with when this is all lathery. Camping trips as a gift or just anytime. I thought these were great, so I'm going to use a 5mm hook with this nice purple yarn that I was only able to find in Bernat Handy Crafter Deluxe. It's 100% cotton. And here's how I start. So I have the short end at the bottom, and I just cross my hook, do a little loop, and pull this through to make my slip knot. And then I'm going to start counting my chain. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yay! I'm going to chain 1 for the side, and then I'm going to go into the back loop of the second chain from the hook to start with my single crochets, of which there should be 12. In the background is our dog, Prince. He loves to tell us about everything. And this is our last back loop. That's going to be my 12th. Then I'm going to chain 1 and flip it to start with my second row. I don't know how you like to crochet. I like to switch so my hands don't get tired. Tell him, Prince. Arr, arr. He is all bark. All right, this should be 12. One more row of this so that I have all multiples of 3. I'm going to have 3 rows on the side, and then I'm going to have 12 across. What did I do? Okay. 12 stitches across, 3 rows on the side. And that's what I need for my marshmallow stitch. I love the marshmallow stitch. I discovered it, and now I'm making all of my washcloths and soap sacks out of it, even dishcloths. So that when I'm done with this row, I'm going to start working up the sides in my marshmallow stitch. Marshmallow stitch requires me to work back and forth. So as soon as I get to the end of this row, okay, marshmallow stitch is 1 single crochet, I'm going to chain up 1 and then do a single crochet, and then I'm going to do 2 double crochets. That was a double crochet. Here's my second double crochet, and then I'm going to skip 2, and I'm going to single crochet into this one. This makes a lovely little pattern. And I want to do this all the way around the sides before I get to my other side. I can really do this anytime I want. Before I get to my other side, I want to weave this end in, perhaps using a smaller hook. That's way smaller. So you can use whatever technique you want to weave in the ends. This is something that I like to do because it keeps it hidden and it lets me see my stitches pretty well, I think. It should work. I'm gonna go back to this, skip 2, single crochet, and then 2 double crochets. The side is just gonna have one of these, and I'm thinking it has to be at the top here. So it's a single crochet and then 2 double crochets. Right there. And that's all for that side. And then I'm going to go back to the next long side here. Single crochet over that end, and then 2 double crochets over that end. One, 2, and then single, double, double. All right. 1, 2. Here's my third one. I'm just going to do this for the first couple of rows, and then I'll meet you at the top after approximately 10 rows of this marshmallow stitch going up. It is very quick to make one of these. For some reason, I think I'm missing pulling it through the last one. All right.
That could have. Is that right? 3? Yep. Was that a hummingbird?
Yes.
Okay, and now I want to do 1 on this side. And it doesn't...
It flew into the pomegranate tree.
Oh, neat. Okay, we've got hummingbirds. I'm just going to use this big loop because it doesn't really... Oh, I don't know why I did that. It'll work. You'll see.
At first I thought that was a big V.
Crocheting is not an exact science. So when you want to loop these together, you're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet. So here's my double, I know, the other double, and then this must be my single crochet. So we're just going to slip stitch into here. And that's my first row. Now, the marshmallow stitch has a texture that occurs when you reverse directions. So here's one going that way, here's another one going that way. So I'm going to have to reverse. I'm going to chain 1, reverse. That's how I reverse. And then I'm going to single crochet into the top of this last single crochet of the previous row. And then I'm going to double crochet twice into the same single crochet stitch. And continue to go around to the other side where I will again reverse and go back and forth until I have 10 rows, and then I will show you how to make the last row. So the pattern happens by single crocheting into, and double crocheting really, into the single crochet of the previous row. And so I'm going to find my single crochets and just make these fans into those stitches specifically. There's the other one. That dog is so passionate. Ooh, round in the corner. Did I finish that one? Yeah. The only time he's quiet is if he's sitting in somebody's lap. You should put him in somebody's lap. He can't sit in my lap right now because I'm crocheting. Okay, and so here is where you will connect it by using that first single crochet and just pulling a slip stitch through. And then chain up 1, turn, and then you're gonna still use this single crochet. Let me see if I can see it in the dark. And start out with your first single crochet. Oh, now he's got a friend. Things just got exciting. There we go. There's my first fan of my 3rd row. And I'm gonna finish up another 8 8 rows This will be my third, and then I'll do a few more, and then I'll show you how to do the last row. Okay, here I am at the end. I did 11 rows. Again, I always think it should only take 10 because even my largest soap fits in this pretty easily. I just have a fear of being in the woods with a soap sack that's too small for my bar of soap. So I wanted to mention that my wrist injury is not from crochet, because crochet is relatively safe. It's from our ferocious cat, and sometimes I have to fight her for a bag of food. She's adorable, but ferocious for food.
The dog is barking.
Like if there's a food shortage, we should just send her out. She would scout out stuff for herself, at least. Okay, so now that I've joined my last row, I want to chain up 2, and I can do whatever, I guess. I'm going to chain up 2, and then I'm going to double crochet in here. You can do these with single crochets or double crochets, whatever looks best to you. I think this gives you more space. And then 1 chain, and then 2 more double crochets in between the fans of the previous row. And I'm going to do this all the way around the top to make spaces for a slip stitch cord, perhaps, or a ribbon, or maybe just a sash of fabric that looks pretty, because that part is mostly decorative. Or I intend for it to be mostly decorative and functional, like if you're hanging your soap up or using it to soap your back or to carry along on a backpack for backpacking, or maybe to hang from someplace near a hose if you're making a makeshift hand washing station. And then you're gonna end, you got your last space, and you chain, did I chain 1? Yeah, I chained 1, but let me just show. Okay, so last double crochet, chain 1, and then slip stitch into this first. I'm not gonna worry about anything, and then pull that through. Now you can weave this end in. You could do another row, like a border or something like that, but this is going to work as something you can run a slip stitch cord through, and you can have a soap sack, or even, I think you only need 1 or 2 more rows to turn it into an iPhone case carrier to hang around. So this is just a really functional little bag and soap sack, ideally. There you go. So thanks for watching. This is how you make these cute little soap sacks.